for me, I work by trying to convert these consumer electronic gadgets into alien forms, familiar but alien still. And they have this kind of characteristics, and most of them are anti-machine, and anti-machine in the sense of breaking away from the denoted notion of being a machine in the sense of helping or following the rules of humans that created them. It's a machine because of its working, like mechanical parts moving and all that. But then it's not a machine, or it's an anti-machine in the sense of going against its original performance or what it was originally made or created to do. For me, I'm looking at how to kind of disturb this notion of, let's say, historical display through time. So it's a kind of a linear display of technological gadgets or devices through time. Through my work, I try to question the idea of the technological advancement in the sense of a produced device and its better model. So you have a year model, let's say television, and then another year model, an advanced year model television. So how do these actually advance in time? And also the museum also has this presentation of these objects as a thing of the past, and I also look at breaking away from that. So they are merged with newer like models and also presented in the current, like presented working or presented as alive in the current state we find ourselves. And I also really try to break away from this idea of dead devices. So because I believe they have life, try to always prove them as living things. I was very much drawn to electronic devices because my dad, he had this passion for electronic devices. He would buy lots of them. He would buy like 2 or 3 of the same kind of gadgets. I don't know, I just decided to start playing around with these devices at home. I remember very well as a child, I was mostly seen as a kind of a mischievous kid. So I started with these, going back to my inner child to rekindle this kind of a mischievous adventure that I used to do when I was a child. So yes, I started playing around with these consumer electronic devices again. A situation or kind of a relationship that has to do with people and then these devices. So you realize these devices are kind of extensions of our being in a way to help us or enhance us to do things that we in ourselves cannot do naturally, or maybe something we are deficient of. So this prosthetic idea or extension augmentation idea became very interesting to me, that I decided to explore more, in the sense that if these devices are extensions of ourselves, then what becomes of them when we decide to let go or maybe ditch or sever this kind of a relationship or connection that we build with them when we go in for them or purchase them. Through the time of its use, what becomes of the relationship, like the things we share together with them when we ditch them. And I believe they still hold on to, for them, they still hold on to some of these kind of histories or lives shared. I, the artist, I become the extension for the machine to give it new life. So it is relying on me to help it expand its functionality. And since they are beings, it has these kind of qualities of being alive. So for me, things that mostly show or indicate something alive, for machines, for instance, you have the light, sound, maybe mostly movement. So these elements are very crucial to each drone that I create. I try to let people have like a variety of experience. So in gaming is one of the virtual ways people experience the world. So you can have gaming like PC, console, or mobile gaming, and then augmenting the reality of the Tron also with digital forms, and then also try to create this kind of a 360 virtual reality experience or space for audience. CRT televisions or monitors right now are being ditched because people want flat screens or LCD screens or LED screens now. So for me, it's not about recycling like these materials, but really to transform them into a being that will help. That is why for me it's imperative, like it's very important that they act as these anti-machines rather than trying to do something innovative with it to let people know, oh, okay, this can be done, but rather to provoke audience or consumers into asking these questions about why these devices exist and why we keep creating more and more of them. We have the religious or the spiritual idea of man or human beings. Let me use human beings being created in the image of the creator. So if this is so, then definitely the human beings possess every quality of the creator. Therefore, there is definitely something the human being is creating in his or her image. So what is it? For me, I would say it's machines.